The Levanter by Eric Ambler. Dramatised by James Pettifer.
Thank God he's gone. Is everything you wanted on that chart?
I think it's all there. I hope it is.
I think he's insane.
Insane? It's not the only word I would use.
So, you think we've got the information?
It looks like it. The written instructions and the track and ink exactly correspond. If the Israelis can do their stuff, they will have to do so outside the territorial waters. I don't know. There's a second track as well. No, it's been half rubbed out.
Is there a plane to Rome tomorrow?
Alitalia.
Do you want me to try for a place?
You get a place. Speak to Fauzi. Tomorrow send the cables you would usually send to the hotel and to your lawyer.
What about one to Famagusta?
I'll send that when you're on your way. And I don't want you back here until after July the 3rd.
Suppose Halad gets suspicious.
Then I'll send a cable telling you to come back. You answer that you're taking the next plane, but you don't.
I don't like it.
I'll have one less thing to worry about.
Oh, a thing!
Your being involved is a thing. That's all I meant. Teresa left for Rome the following day. It was lonely in the villa without her. I drafted the warning cable for Famagusta, and the form agreed for Barlev's successor and gave it to the clerk. That was the vital thing. But there was plenty of time. It was a heavy night when I got to the battery works.
Ah, Comrade Michael, good evening. No Miss Melandra?
She has business in Rome.
You didn't tell me.
There was no occasion to do so. Her father's estate. She was left some land which is being sold, I think.
You mean she's rich?
There is some money. I don't know how much, Comrade Salah.
Well, she shall tell us when she returns. Understand that in future permission for all journeys must be obtained from me.
Yes, Comrade Salah.
Now, you wanted a passenger list? Here it is.
One question I must ask, Comrade Salah.
What? You have the list?
Will the papers these persons carry have the same names as those on this list?
Of course. We're not fools. The explosives for the charges, for instance. They had to be obtained and taken across the border into Israel. Not easy at all. Then the charges have to be assembled and planted secretly in the chosen places. Could you find solution to these problems? If I order you to obtain 100 aircraft flight bags for all 4 airlines using Tel Aviv airport, could you do it?
I would say it was hard. They would have to be stolen.
On the contrary, it all required careful planning and much thought, but they were all obtained legally.
To contain the charges, I suppose.
Naturally. In all these crowded hotels, what could be more innocent than an airline bag?
I thought that all flight bags were searched at Tel Aviv.
Yes. Obviously, they are not carried by arriving passengers. They are already in the country. Can you see any weaknesses?
No, none.
But problems do occur. There is another matter you can help us with. You know what a road coaster is?
Indeed. Agence Howell owns 3.
We have the use of one of these vessels. They are used to bring in supplies from the north. Ours has engine trouble.
What kind of engine is it?
Solza.
From Switzerland? The best.
It has a defective fuel pump and other problems. We need skilled help.
Where is it berthed?
At Harisun.
It would be hard to find a good diesel fitter in a scruffy little port like that.
So what do you propose?
I have a good man at Latakia. Take the vessel there under sail.
The ship cannot be moved. This man must go to Harisun and do the work.
It may be possible, it may not.
Remember, I have people in Latakia. He will oblige us. I want you to see Comrade Hadaya, the ship's master, report the situation to me tomorrow.
So, the following morning I drove to grotty little Harisun. I'd forgotten how small Ruat schooners were. 70 feet on the waterline isn't much, and the high stem and massive bowsprit made it seem even less. And she must have been 40 years old, with faded yellow letters on her bow. Jeble, Jebla. The name of her home port and Arabic letters Khamsa, number 5 out of Jebla. She was lying low enough in the water to suggest she had a full load aboard. The person I could see on deck was not the fisherman type. Mr. Hadaya?
Mr. Howell?
Yes.
Just a moment, please. Let me move this ladder. A little inconvenient, I'm afraid, but we don't encourage visitors.
That's all right.
Would you like to see the engine problem or hear about it?
Hear about it, I think.
I think the timing is all wrong.
What about the owners? Can't they help you?
Comrade Salah is the owner. It was bought too cheap and has never been maintained properly.
I'm sending a man down from Latakia tomorrow, but I'll take the type and serial number of the engine to give him. Damn, blasted.
These timbers, I'm sorry. They are new.
My fault. What are they for? Big timbers?
Oh, deck cargo.
I could see it at last. The second track on the chart. The same speed. 6 knots. The sort of deck cargo Jebla could not possibly need a length of 4x4 to support it. I remembered what Barlev's successor had told me about the 120mm rocket and its heavy launcher. They would drop it all overboard when they had finished. And what Khalid had said. Jebla 5 was of all wooden construction. It wouldn't show up on the radar screen. The Katyusha range was 11 kilometers. From 10 kilometers, a single firing could do a lot of damage in Tel Aviv. But how was I to let Barlev's successor know? I had to see Khalid. There was only one way.
Impossible!
You said you were always tolerant of any error when freely confessed.
There's no question of it. You must speak to the captain.
He's an obstinate man.
I have comrades who will make him cooperate.
He will oppose any change of orders, unless...
What?
Unless I am on board to order him, as owner of the ship, to do what we need.
I don't like it.
Without the captain's cooperation, I can guarantee nothing.
All right. There are always problems with Tunisians.
After talking so much rubbish, I was exhausted. But late that night, I drafted 2 cables. The first was to Teresa, ordering her to take charge of the office in my absence. She would ignore it, but it was for Colonel Schickler's eyes only. And this was to our Famagusta office. Instructed Melandra, return immediately. Take charge during my absence. Taking passage in Amelia to Alexandria, sailing July 2nd. Advise Alexandria office. Confirm Melandra. Acknowledge Howell. They would think I'd gone raving mad in Famagusta. But Barlev's successor would understand what was happening. For him, my sudden change of mind could only mean that the situation had radically changed in some way and that additional precautions were now necessary. I had done the best I could. Speaking to Captain Tuzani was a waste of time. He had rightly worked out that the trouble his ship had had in Tripoli was contrived, but he had not been able to work out why.
I tell you, it was a funny business. I was there. Nobody had his hand out. Nobody was saying anything. Nobody knew anything. Then it was over. Suddenly. A mistake? With nobody having been paid?
Somebody was paid, Captain. You can be sure of that. There was a new cog in the machinery. It had been overlooked. Once it was greased, all was well. These things happen.
But these things keep happening, Mr. Howell. That I do not like. And Mr. Morab now informs me that this ship is to carry passengers to Alex.
That is the main reason I'm here to see you, Captain. About the passengers. What he did not tell you is that I will be one of them.
Is this a voyage of inspection, Mr. Howell?
I don't make voyages of inspection, as you very well know. I said I needed help, and I meant it.
I'm sorry if I offend you.
You must be aware of the close but covert relationship that exists between some government agencies and the Palestinian Liberation Movement. No minister, no ministry is completely immune from their pressure, however powerful. Neither is Agence Howell. You follow me?
Of course.
So if I'm asked to change the routing of a ship and carry extra passengers, I do not argue. I think the consequences of refusal would be unpleasant.
They dare not threaten you, dogs.
But with sharp teeth.
What do they want?
Look at the chart here. That's what they want.
Why 6 knots?
I don't know, Captain. I assume there's to be a rendezvous with a vessel from the Israeli coast.
To take off passengers? No. There is no position here for that. Instead, we have to steam at 6 knots for almost 2 hours. Who are the passengers?
Palestinian Fedayeen. That much is certain. The leader is said to be an important man called Yassin.
Will they be armed?
Probably. No, all you need to do is change course without informing the passengers. Opposite Caesarea, as indicated, and steer no closer than 10 miles from the Israeli coast. So we missed the rendezvous.
I thought you said these dogs had teeth.
With luck, they will believe the shore boat was at fault.
Will you issue handguns to my officers?
I'll bear it in mind.
To be honest, I believe you are not telling me all you know, but for my own good. But pride is a bad counselor, Mr. Howell. And now perhaps we should talk about accommodation for these passengers. Or lack of it. You will have my sleeping cabin, Mr. Howell.
That's kind of you, but I don't think I shall be doing much sleeping. It's the 4 Palestinians I'm concerned about. I should like the leader, Yassin, to be given a temporary cabin of some sort amidships, and have the other 3 forward or aft. It might become necessary to isolate them. But don't worry about my pride, Captain. There's much more than that involved here.
Good. Because pride is a bad counselor, Mr. Howell, as I said before.
On the evening of July the 1st, I reported to Khalid at the battery factory. It was the last time I was to do so. They were sitting in a circle. There seemed to have been some sort of mishap.
But if we work through the night, Comrade Salah, we could make good at least part of the loss.
No. You must learn, when we plan, we make provision for things going wrong. Mistakes. That is what planning is for. With hasty improvisations, trouble starts. Risks are taken and a small misfortune becomes a major disaster.
But, Comrade Salah...
No more argument. Now, here is Michael Howell come to join us. Sit down, please.
Thank you.
A minor mishap. 100 detonators lost to the other side. Meanwhile, I have good news for you. The schooner engine has been tested and is now in excellent running order.
I'm glad, Comrade Salah. My own news is also favourable. Embarkation is fixed for 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. By then, most of the cargo handling should have been completed. We sail early the next morning. There remains the question of transport to Latakia, for you and the other comrades.
Oh, the front fighters are already in our Latakia safe house. I will join them later tonight.
You have transport arranged?
Everything is arranged. And one more thing. Bring 2 bottles of brandy with you.
With pleasure, Comrade Salah.
We must be able to celebrate our victory. This is the ship?
Yes.
But she's old and filthy, and the paint is coming off. It can't be seaworthy.
You can't judge by outward appearances. Now, come down to the saloon, or the wardroom, to use the old RN term.
Little different from the Howell Villa. I see you don't believe in pampering your officers.
They don't have to be pampered. Now, I must have a word with Captain Touzani, if you'll excuse me. The older one is Khalid. Yassin to you.
Ah. I have arranged an aft cabin for him.
And can you organize a discreet search, after dinner, of their bags?
I think so. The other 3 will be in the special compartment aft. You know, the one that used to be used for illegal movements of antiquities, huh?
I knew I'd been right in choosing Captain Touzani. It was a pleasure to introduce him to Khalid. Yassin.
Very pleased to meet you, Mr. Yassin.
How do you do?
You are all welcome, most welcome aboard this ship. The weather forecasts are good, so I see no reason why we should not have a smooth and pleasant journey.
We sailed shortly after dawn. I dozed on Touzani's couch. The results of the search had not been reassuring. Each of the fighters had machine pistols, and Khalid had a Steknik automatic in a webbing holster. And what worried me most of all, a single CB radio set. I asked Touzani about it. You're sure there was only one?
Yes. Why?
Because it looks as if Khalid wants to control the whole operation from the Amelia. Now, I need to send a radio message to the office in Famagusta. The Israelis would be listening in and would understand. Barlev's successor would know that the previous information was incomplete, the routing would change, and that they must be on time to be effective. I was right. The reply said, "Proceed as planned." Then I started to relax. That was a mistake. The steward arrived.
Mr. Howell, sir. Mr. Yassin is armed.
Oh.
He's wearing a pistol on a belt, sir.
I see.
Shall I tell him to take it off, sir?
No, it's perfectly all right.
And there's a message from him, sir. He would like you to come to his cabin.
Thank you, steward.
We arrive in Alexandria tomorrow at what time?
Early afternoon, I expect, Comrade Salah. But with the course changes ahead, it is difficult to say exactly.
My arrival will be kept secret, of course. It must not be known how I have arrived. The press conference I hold will be in Cairo. This will be the text of the press release.
At approximately 2200 hours yesterday, 3rd of July, troops of the Palestinian Action Force under the personal command of their leader Salah Khalid launched the most devastating attack yet on the Zionist pseudo-state of Israel. The target selected was... Yes, I see.
Is it in good English?
Yes, it is in good English.
Thank you.
It says here there will be bombardment from the sea. Can that be correct?
Another brandy, please. Yes, that is a surprise I have been keeping from you.
And then he told me about the Jebla 5 attack.
And so our armed passenger is busy getting drunk. As captain of the ship, you cannot expect me to be pleased.
He doesn't get very drunk. Nastier, but not drunk.
And you have no change of plan to propose?
None that hasn't already been discussed.
I take it then that you want me to issue arms to the watch officers?
Yes, and lock the special compartment door. Then they can't arm themselves, although there's nothing we can do about Khalid's automatic. But I expect the situation will change in our favor tonight.
I do hope you know what you are doing, Mr. Howell.
I think I do, Captain.
Good.
We made the first course change when the sun was low in the sky. I told Khalid. He was still drinking, not interested. Tuzani had stuck a large revolver into his belt and was looking the part. Then he called me.
There's another ship out there. She crossed the stern of us a while back, at the sunset behind her. She wouldn't be the ship we're going to rendezvous with, would she?
Why do you ask?
But when we change course next time, we'll be converging. I ask because she is running without lights.
She can see our lights. I think you'll find she'll stay clear.
No rendezvous?
Not with her. Slow to 6 knots and stay 10 miles offshore.
Then why was this radio message received half an hour ago, huh? MV Amelia Howell, emergency procedure, steer 170 degrees. You are cleared for Ashdod. Signed Coast Guard Adera. I demand an explanation. Why in my ship are you getting Israeli navigation instructions from an Israeli Coast Guard station? And why are we cleared for an Israeli port for which we are not bound?
May we look at the chart, Captain?
All right. But I still want an explanation.
We went to the wheelhouse. He laid a ruler across the chart to show me.
There's 170.
On that course, what would our distance be from Tel Aviv when we passed it?
About 6 miles.
What is our present course?
192.
Will you please radio back to Hadera? Say, in my name, that we are not, repeat, not able to carry out this emergency procedure, and that we are compelled to maintain course 192.
That is no explanation.
We are trying to keep out of trouble and keep a lot of other people out of trouble as well. Kindly send the message and mark it urgent.
No, I will not send that message.
Send it, Captain. That is my order as owner of the ship, to you as captain. I left him to it. I had to have time to think. The Coast Guard message could only have been dictated by Mossad in Tel Aviv and was intended to have special meaning for me. But I never had time to think it through. Khalid and the gang, I saw them through a porthole, listening to a walkie-talkie in a voice I knew. There was no mistaking the meaning. It was one of his people on the Jebla 5, saying that we were off course. So I bluffed it with him. Comrade Salah, I've come to tell you that the ship is now on course.
Now? Why not before?
Is that your comrade, Hadaya?
Yes.
He's a seaman. He will understand the position. Captain Tuzani sighted the Jebla 5 at sundown. She was running without lights and on a collision course with this ship. Even the most experienced officers can become confused. Please ask him what course we're steering now, Comrade Salah.
في أي مسار نحن الآن؟ حول.
نحن في مسار 192 ولكن في اتجاه غربي بعيد.
He says the course is 192, but...
Comrade Salah, that is the course called for in your instructions.
We are on the right course, but too far west. We're at least 2 miles west where we should be.
That is impossible. Hadaya must be mistaken.
No!
In a few minutes, I shall be able to take bearings on the Tel Aviv lights. Give me 5 minutes, please, Comrade Salah.
Meanwhile, I shall instruct my group to take up their sidearms.
This was very serious. I could fool him over navigations, but not over a locked door. But then Tuzani appeared as I was trying to talk my way out of the danger zone.
You wanted to see me, Mr. Howell?
I wanted to see you.
We cannot arm ourselves, comrade. The room is locked. He's locked the room against us.
Nonsense. The compartment is normally kept locked. I expect the person locked it without thinking when he was on his rounds. I will give orders to have it opened.
At once, please, Captain.
أنتم 3 أميال خارج الموقع 3 أميال خارج الموقع.
We are 3 miles out of position. Over 10 miles offshore, completely out of range.
Are you sure?
We must immediately turn to port and steer 160 immediately. Do you hear that?
Do you think I don't know my own ship's position?
I think you know the position very well. That is why you are going to obey my orders from now on. Steer 160 immediately.
I'm not running my ship aground to please you.
I am in command of this ship. Up on the bridge.
It was one of Tuzani's men. They were taking no chances. They had heard Khalid's shot. Tuzani was okay. Lucky. Take it easy. You'll make it. Hold your breath and lie still.
Hold! Hold!
Here! It was crazy. But I put all 3 shells into the musical box. Then I found the walkie-talkie. Hadaya! Hadaya, do you hear me?
Yes. Is that a patrol boat attacking you?
I don't know. But we are stopping. I have orders from Comrade Salah. The operation is cancelled. You understand? You are to jettison the cargo and return to base. You hear?
Why doesn't Comrade Salah speak himself?
He is wounded. But these are his orders. Obey immediately. You hear? The lieutenant who commanded the Israeli patrol boat was a sharp-eyed, thin-lipped young man with sandy hair and freckles. He'd been briefed. I met him and the boarding party on the aft deck.
Captain Tuzani?
The captain is wounded. My name is Howell.
Ah, the owner. I have to ask you if you have requested assistance from the Navy of Israel.
Yes, I have.
Why?
We were being hijacked by 4 passengers. The one who shot and wounded the captain is dead. Another was wounded himself by the first mate. The man has a gun, but I think he's fired all his ammunition. The other 2 hijackers are loose, but have no firearms.
You call them hijackers, sir. Did these passengers attempt to take over the vessel by force?
They did, and to intimidate the captain and force him to steer a certain course. But they didn't succeed.
Whether they succeeded or not is immaterial. By committing this act on the open sea, these men are pirates, Mr. Howell.
It took only a few minutes to round up the other fighters. They submitted sullenly. What about the prisoners?
Any nation's vessel arresting pirates on the open sea is entitled to bring them to trial in the courts of that country. As they have been arrested by an Israeli ship, they will go on trial in Israel.
Very well.
We saw what looked like a second ship, a fishing schooner a mile away. I think the sooner we are in Ashdod, the better for everyone, Mr. Howell.
I think we all agree with you there, Lieutenant.
I felt I had to go and see Howell. The Syrian government had let all the guns fly. The Israelis had said that smuggling in detonators was a hostile act, and they definitely originated in Syria, with the Green Circle trademark, and the Green Circle factory was owned by Agence Howell. In Damascus, Dr. Harward said that Howell and Green Circle were private businesses that were nothing to do with them. And the Arab press generally, well, it was carnage. Howell had decided to join the Palestinian cause, then had betrayed it for the vilest motives. In his factories he made illegal arms, then sold them to the Fedayeen, whom he later betrayed. And among his known victims was the Palestinian patriot, Salah Khalid. Howell was by his pool in a nice old-money house in Famagusta. He started by reading out an article by Melanie Hamad from a Cairo paper.
Ajir, Thalab, Amil, Kelb, Qatil. She says I'm a Hashemite running dog, murderous viper, jackal, hyena, defiler of youth. Those are some of the nicer things Mrs. Hamad has to say.
Nicer?
As far as Khalid goes, I enjoy washing my hands in Palestinian blood.
Well, that's what you would expect, isn't it, Mr. Howell?
She's inciting people to assassinate me. That's bad for business.
Only for business, Mr. Howell?
Only, you say?
Don't you realize that Howell ships are being boycotted in some ports?
Oh, I realize the importance of the Howell name as a business symbol. But what I'd like to discuss with you is your own personal position, the position of Michael Howell.
The two are inseparable, Mr. Prescott.
Are they? It wasn't Agence Howell who joined the PAF, and it was Michael Howell who called for naval assistance against pirates off the coast of Israel.
But sailing in a ship owned by Agence Howell? And yes, why not say it? The detonators which exploded in Nazareth were made and packed in the Agence Howell Green Circle factory.
Oh, on the subject of detonators, Mr. Howell, I've brought you some important information that you may not have. A colleague got hold of it in Israel. At least, we think it's important, but we don't understand it. You may.
I'll read it. In the late afternoon of 2nd of July, 2 houses on the outskirts of an Arab village near the Israeli airport of Lod had been shattered by a dynamite explosion. From the extent of the damage, it was estimated that as much as 200 kilos of explosives had been involved. Also found scattered over a wide area were a number of flight bags belonging to foreign airlines using Lod Airport. I guessed it was something like that.
Something like what, Mr. Howell?
Khalid planned to plant these bombs of his in airline flight bags and fire them with electronic triggers by radio. Well, I gave the Israelis one of the triggers to analyze and test. Obviously, they succeeded in working out the frequencies he was using.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Don't you know anything about making bombs?
No.
The thing is, you have the explosive, you have the detonator with a battery to fire it, and the electronic trigger to make it work at the right time. It's armed electronically. So you see what happened?
I'm afraid not.
As soon as the Israelis had worked out the radio frequencies being used, they sent out a continuous signal on the trigger frequencies. And as soon as Khalid's people started arming the bombs, poof, up goes the lot.
Ah. And so, you hope still to re-establish your position among the Arabs?
Impossible. My position is hopeless. Israeli spy, assassin, provocateur. I can face facts, Mr. Prescott. My family has been doing business in the Levant for 75 years. We're finished there now. I know that.
I see. There is one question I'd like to ask you. One final question. Did you kill Salah Khaled?
I'm not a man of violence, Mr. Prescott.
Did you or did you not kill him?
Intentionally, you mean?
Yes.
That's a strange question to ask a man in his own house.
The question has been asked outside.
And answered in an Israeli court.
I think not, Mr. Howell. In Israel, 3 men were on trial for piracy. You were not even called on to give evidence.
I made a deposition.
Relative to the piracy charges, yes. You weren't questioned on the deposition, and you didn't answer any questions.
Let me explain. When the Israelis didn't intercept us off Caesarea, but gave us a new course to steer instead, I guessed that they might have found a way of dealing with the bomb threat. As it turns out, they had. That piece you showed me about the explosion confirms that. But I did not know for certain, did I? How could I? Nor did I know for certain the effective range of Khalid's transmitter. Well, after Khalid had shot at Captain Touzani, he went straight for it. So I went after him with the captain's revolver in my hand. When I saw he was setting it up to transmit, I fired at it to put it out of action. I fired at it 3 times.
But 2 of the bullets hit Khalid in the chest?
Yes.
So how many bullets hit the transmitter?
I can't be sure. The Israelis may know.
It was a small target. Khalid was a large one.
I was aiming at the transmitter. It was an accident.
That you missed the small target and hit the large one? Twice?
Mr. Prescott, it was all a new experience to me, and one that I do not intend to repeat. Does that answer your question?
In the Levant? In the Levant, yes it does, Mr. Howell.
And now luncheon is served. I do assure you, Mr. Prescott, I am not a man of violence.
Michael Howell should have had better luck. Piracy is simple. The district court had no difficulty in dealing with the case. The chief prosecution witnesses were Captain Tuzani and another seaman from the ship. Mr. Howell issued no formal denial of the charge, but his position was disastrous. Some PAF detonators made at his Green Circle factory had found their way into Israel. On the 28th of June, a bus from Haifa bound for Tel Aviv stopped at Nazareth to pick up passengers. I need say no more. There have been so many reports of similar events. I'm sure you've heard. The result for Mr. Howell was the end of Agence Howell in the Middle East. The end of a long Levantine tradition.
Eric Ambler's The Levanter was dramatized for radio by James Patifer. Raad Rawi played Michael Howell, Adam Hussein was Salah Khalid, and Una Beeson was Teresa Malandra. Nadim Sawala was Dr. Hawa, Neville Jason was Lewis Prescott, and Suad Fares played Melanie Hamad. Mark Zuber was Issa, Ofer Faraji was Barlef, Malcolm Ward was Edwards, Lyndon Gregory was Tuzani, and Hamid Dayayi was Comrade Tufik. The director was Ned Shaye.